What is up, everybody? It is not Tuesday, it's Thursday. What is up, everybody? It is Thursday. Welcome to the end of week 9 of Run to Gun reps. And these are the mental reps that we are flexing on the way to the gym before we do our physical reps and before we start my work day with my clients. This is the 10 minutes that we spend together really pushing the mental reps. So we have been in this segment of relationships the last several weeks. We actually had 2 weeks of building your circle, which was kind of kicking off that relationships. And then the last 3 weeks, we've been talking about relationships. The first week, the ultimate relationship, relationships in general, and then how God is that one person you never have to go knock on his door, that he's going to be knocking on ours. The second week we did friendships, and then on Tuesday, or the second day we did friendships, and then on Tuesday we did specifically within marriages, those types of relationships. Today we're going to wrap it up with a very important topic on relationships, and that is the relationship with yourself, the self relationship. Because relationships, if you have a poor relationship within yourself and you are not loving yourself, it is very challenging to thrive in those relationships, like your marriage, like a friendship, like a relationship with God. And let me tell you why that is. It actually says in Ephesians, and if you remember on Tuesday, we were actually in Ephesians as well. Here's a great example for you. On Tuesday, we were in Ephesians 5:25, and remember that was husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church. Well, get this, 4 verses later, we're in Ephesians 5:29. It says, "For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church." So think about that. Another great example that no one ever nourishes and cherishes themselves and then also hates themselves as well. So Ephesians is such a killer book, you guys, in the Bible. It's very much an encouragement book of the Bible. So Paul wrote Ephesians, the Apostle Paul wrote Ephesians, and Paul actually wrote a ton of the books of the Bible. I can't remember the exact amount right now, but it is a very hefty number in the New Testament. And Ephesians is kind of written a little bit differently, and it's very much just an encouraging book. So like if you're feeling meh, it's a great book to jump into. But it's just cool how, 4 verses ago on Tuesday we were talking about is these examples of love, right? And for different types of relationships. And so loving ourselves as Christ loved the church as well. Just like it said, husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church. And so we have to love ourselves in order to give off the type of love that we're supposed to be giving to other people, right? And that can be very challenging to do at times, especially because when we're starting to do great things, when we're starting to love the way God loves, and that's starting to show off, a lot of times the enemy will attack us even more because we'll feel secluded, not worth anything. And trust me, totally been in that spot where, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm not making a difference in this. And you start not to have that love for yourself like Christ loves us, right? Because we're supposed to have that love for ourselves. And then that plays a major effect on how we are able to actually love in the other relationships or love on other people. And then one more little for you guys. In Mark 12:31, it says, "The second is this, you shall love your neighbors as you love yourself. There is no other commandment as great as these." And so literally in Mark is one of the Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John are four of the Gospels, and these are eyewitness accounts of these men with Jesus. And so this is coming from Mark in Mark 12:31, and that's a quote from God, that you shall love your neighbors as yourself. There is no other commandment. So we're supposed to love ourselves the same way we love our neighbors. We're supposed to love our neighbors the same way we love ourselves. Again, that can be really hard, and it can be sometimes easier just to love other people and not have the love for ourselves. But if we're going to be putting out the same type of love, because that's one of the things we're supposed to be doing as Christians, right? Is putting out the same type of love that Jesus did for other people, because people can feel that and radiate it. And you actually, a lot of times, like when you're trying to really witness God to other people, you don't always have to know books of the Bible or know a verse or know any of that, because people can feel God's love through you when you have God's love in you. That radiates to them, and they know something is different, and they can feel God's presence, because God is a living God. And so you can really feel that presence when you have God's love within you, and you are loving other people the right way when you are loving yourself. So some really cool stuff today, guys, to wrap up the relationships series we've been on for the last couple weeks, the last 4 sessions. Don't let the enemy break in and tear you down of loving yourself and allowing that to rob the way you love other people. It starts right here inward, right? It's totally awesome, encouraging stuff. That Ephesians is killer, you guys. Totally encourage you to jump over to that, because you want to talk about an encouraging book of the Bible for all of us and examples laid out. It's pretty rad. So that's the end of week 4, you guys. Wrapping up relationships series with the self-love, not really self-love, just relationship with self, right? Really cool. We'll be back on Tuesday. If you missed this, don't be afraid to share it. We'll be on, if you missed it here, it'll be post delayed on the podcast, so Live Beyond Average podcast, so you can listen in later. You can share that link when we post it. You can share that link out with somebody that might need this short little message. You can screenshot it, put it on your Instagram stories, on your Facebook. Let us know you're listening. We always love that. We love the connection points here, because that's what this is all about, is doing it together. Because in 2021, remember, we said we were going to be doing it differently. So at the end of the year, we had that toast, right? That we gained and we progressed in our dreams, ambitions, and our goals this year. That is what it is all about. You guys have an awesome weekend. We'll see you right back here next Tuesday at 5:35 a.m. for more Run 2 Gun reps. We'll see you later.